Okay, fun fact. I already made this video. Or, well, I made 99% of this video. And then I got towards the end and realized I didn't like the way the script went, and I thought the video was too long. So now I'm kind of winging it and redoing the entire thing. Okay, welcome back to my Sam Wilson Captain America cosplay project. Today we tackle the last parts of the leather jacket, which is the back and the arms. Now, you may be thinking this will be like last time, just repeating the front pattern on the back, but you'd actually be wrong. That only applies to Steve's Captain America suit. Both Sam and Bucky's Captain America suits have different things on the back of theirs. And if the title card was any indication as to what we're gonna do, I'll just say it outright. For Sam, we're giving this bird some wings. I decided when I chose to do wings that I was not about to put myself through the suffering of freehanding, so I scrolled for way too long on Amazon to find a stencil with the shape and style of the wings that I wanted. And this is what I got. Yeah, when I ordered this, I just searched up wing stencil for back of jacket, and in a very unlike me manner, I didn't check the measurements. Yeah, these are too small. I want to give Sam wings, but I do not want to turn Captain America into Captain Cherub. So that left me with a completely different issue to solve, because I like the design of these wings, and it took me a surprisingly long time to find a look that I liked. So I had to find a way to just upsize the scale. So while someone could totally scan these wings into their computer, do a little math, upsize them, print out, and make a new stencil, I don't have that skill set. So I decided to work on this problem at midnight with Midnight Mouse Brain, and Midnight Mouse Brain came up with this solution. I mean, it worked. It worked out, but like, I made some choices. I essentially got out a craft folding table, and I put my phone flashlight hanging off the edge of the table. I put like a box on top to weight it down so it wouldn't fall off, and I used that as a setup for like a little projector light. And then I took, very precariously, the stencil with two skirt clips attached to the sides, which were attached to clothes hangers, which were hung on a pole, which was balanced on a desk chair and a stack of boxes that were held it up underneath said flashlight and made like a little projection setup. And that allowed me to project half of the wing stencil onto my floor where I put the jacket, and then in a great effort to break my back, I sketched out under the projected light half of the wings, which worked and hurt a lot, and then I very delicately knocked everything over with half the wings done. Got some stencil paper, slapped that clear stuff on top, sketched out the new, much larger half wing, flipped the stencil over after I cut it out, did the other wing, and it was done. The wings were sketched out. Yeah, in case anyone was wondering, this is not a tutorial. There are better ways to do this, but it was very late at night, like I said, and I got it done. I made it work, and I took this really shitty progress photo, and I moved on, because yeah, that's all I could do. So what came after that was pretty simple. Just a paint by numbers situation. You know how it goes. You do your strip the leather, paint the base coat, put on the pink. I did want to do a silver outline of sorts, but I decided instead of just doing a basic outline, I wanted to do like the edges of the feathers instead. I think that looks really nice, and that's what I did. I also realized towards the end of this project, or rather at the end of this project, that I could have used masking tape to help me make my lines even. and straight, and I wouldn't have to do as much cleanup work. But much like working with Midnight Mouse Brain, that revelation only came later and after a good amount of sleep. So I painted by numbers, I sealed the crap out of it, and then I moved on to the arms, which is pretty simple. Like I said, I wanted to do the Falcon symbol and his Captain America star symbol. So I took a star stencil for the cap side, and then I flipped that star stencil over to use the same size of that V shape of the star to make my Falcon symbol stencil, and I positioned those on the shoulders. God looked down on me and said, "You've been through enough today, or this week, or whatever, I don't even remember how long this took," and just said, "You only need about 2 or 3 tries to get these symbols even on both shoulders." And it worked out. I painted the stencils, I did the proper outlining for those, sealed them up, and then I did a slight edit. So in case anyone was wondering, I gave up on the glove design. I'm pretty sure I already stated that in the previous video. I didn't state why, I don't think, but basically I suck at making gloves, and I was gonna make fingerless ones, and fingerless gloves I couldn't even do properly. I tried it not once, not twice, but 4 separate times, and I failed miserably. And sometimes in cosplay, you gotta learn what battles are worth picking and what are best leaving, and I left those alone. So I made a slight tweak to my jacket design here. I just decided to emulate that pink by painting it on these bottom parts of the sleeves. I really love this part. I think it was a great choice aesthetically. I think it looks great. I put the silver over top. The only thing I did wrong here, in case you don't remember, here's the PSA I put out to the world that I didn't listen to myself about. Do not forget to prime your faux or regular leather and seal it with several thin coats of sealer if you want your precious labor of love to last. Yeah, guess who forgot to strip the leather before painting it? Yep, me. 'Twas indeed me. I did not listen to myself, and I didn't realize it until after the painting was done, and I put on the top coat. So, for science purposes, as an example for the masses, yeah, this is what happens when you don't prep and your leather properly. As you can see, the paint sort of chipped in certain places and started to peel up. So I had to go in later and like repaint and reseal, and this, I'm guessing this is just going to be the curse of this jacket, is like a bit of maintenance for till the end of time. But that's the battle I chose to pick, so unintentionally or not. But other than that, it's done. It's complete. It's finished. I'm so proud of this piece, and everything about it makes me happy. The colors, the fact that I chose gunmetal or pewter or whatever. And despite the challenges that I had making it and the back pain, that means there's only one more video in this series to come. Yeah, this video's long enough. I am going to do the reveal in the next one, and then it'll be over, obviously, but I will go over all the little accessories I made for this cosplay, as well as the little surprise accessory / prop that I have teased before. So if you're interested or as excited as me to see the end of this project in all of its cutesy, brightly colored glory, feel free to stick around, and if you aren't interested, that's cool too. Okay, bye now.